Throwing petals like, do you love me or not? Head is spinning and I don't know when to stop. You said forever, baby, did you mean it or not? Hold on, hold on. You give me a red, baby, but I still get the message. Instead of a line, it's 3 dots, but I can connect them. And if it ain't right, baby, you know I respect it. And if you need time, just take your time. Honey, I get it, I get it, I get it. Way you got me all in my head. Think I'd rather you in my bed. Whatever it is, you know I can take it. Counting the days, how many days till I can see you again? Till I can see you again. Counting the days, how many days till I can see you again? Counting the days, how many days till I can see you again? Blowing kisses like where you catch 'em at night. Cupid with arrows, babe, I'm just shooting my shot. If I could get in, drop me a pin, hopping up and come over. Don't wanna be friends, just skin to skin. I wanna get closer and closer. The way you got me all in my head. Think I'd rather you in my bed. Whatever it is, you know I can take it. Counting the days, how many days till I can see you again? Till I can see you again. Till I can see you again. Counting the days, how many days? Till I can see you again. Counting the days, how many days? Till I can see you again.
Evening. I hope you are all well today. I hope you can hear me okay. I've just got to quickly do some housework and just remove another video which was up for some reason. Let me just delete that. Okay, that should be gone. Let's just double check. Are we live? We are live. Bear with me. I've just got to do some customization on it because for some reason I had 2 videos going again, even though I didn't have 2 videos. Really strange. But that's all sorted. Okay, cool. Right, okay, cool. Good. Alright, so there's 55 of you in here and nobody on the other stream, which is great. Because I don't want a situation where everybody was on the other stream. Sounds like I'm in the toilet. Is it? Hang on, let me have a look. Certainly don't want to sound like I'm in the toilet. Does that sound better? Does that sound better? Let me know. Does that sound better? If that sounds bad, then let me know, and I'll just go back to my headphones. I certainly don't want to be sounding like I'm in the toilet. Let me know. Yeah, let me know. I certainly don't want to sound like I'm in the toilet. Okay, cool. Right. All right, son. So what has happened today? there's been loads and loads of news coming from different people. Does it sound like I'm talking through the computer mic? Hang on. Okay, what does that sound like? What does that sound like? Oh, hang on. Bear with me. Bear with me. Okay, if that sounds bad, then let me do this instead. Let me do this instead. Okay, let me take that. Okay, does it sound better now? Does it sound better now? Let me know. Does it sound better now? Is that better? Can you hear me okay now? Can you hear me okay now? Cool, okay. I've got a better microphone. All right, great. Okay. Right. I don't know why I still got that up. It sounds like I'm in the toilet. Why do I want to have that up on my thing? I certainly don't. Okay, so I mean, it was from AliExpress. Like, maybe I shouldn't buy stuff from there. Like, I thought it'd be a good microphone, but they're not good. So I won't be buying any more stuff from there. Okay, cool. So, where are we at today then? How does everybody feel? I did a show last night with Don, as usual, on a Friday. And someone came and poo-pooed the party in Ben Jacobs and turned around and said that Liverpool aren't going to put in another bid. And it looks like Liverpool are going to put another bid in. And it looks like he was talking hogwash because he wanted to sensationalise it. And it was never a case of we weren't going to go back in for him. It was a case of, well, that's the first offer. And it looks like Eddie Howe didn't even know about the offer. It looks like it got rejected by the owners. So that's an interesting scenario where Eddie Howe isn't even privy to what's going on with Isaac, because he certainly doesn't know what Isaac's doing. Like, he didn't say that he knew that Isaac was in Real Sociedad. He didn't say that Isaac refused to train. He didn't say any of that. Like, he's not said anything which says yes or no. Like, all he has said is he really hopes Isaac's still going to be at the team. Like, that's all he said. Like, and he said that he's leaving it to other people to deal with. There's people in the UK and there's people obviously in Saudi Arabia that are going to be dealing with it. So that's kind of how he sits. Like, he's on the fence completely. And there's a couple of people that I think we need to listen to really find out the proper information around what's going on. One of them's Craig Hope, and the other one is the guy from Sky Sports. And his name is Keith Downey. These are the two reporters that seem to know what is going on. Fabrizio Romano obviously knows a lot as well, because he seems to be now talking about everything about this deal. Like, he wants to be the first person to break this deal. It's pretty obvious. But for me, I think it's going to be Keith Downey or Craig Hope who are going to break this story. I think everything is going to come from them, which is truth. Keith Downey thinks that Liverpool are going to get him. Craig Hope thinks that Liverpool are going to get him. He sees the situation as untenable, and so does Craig Hope. And Craig Hope's actually been on tour with them, so he knows from the ground how the situation is. Now, the situation is, from these two guys who are in the know, they know what goes on with Newcastle. They are the main reporters for Sky Sports and the Daily Mail who deal with Newcastle, and obviously some other teams that are in that area. And the pair of them have said unequivocally, Alexander Isak training on his own isn't something new. Like, this isn't like something out of the blue. This isn't him downing tools and buggering off. Like, this is something that he does on a regular basis. He does his own individual training with his physio and with his training staff. And you have to remember, they are still on pre-season. Like, there's nobody in Newcastle. Like, they all went abroad. They took everybody abroad. Like, there isn't like some team that's at Newcastle's training ground. Like, the fact that Isak isn't training in Newcastle is not a big deal. Like, it's really not a big deal. And the fact that they made out that this guy is like, I don't know, the worst of the worst, and what he's done is despicable. But he hasn't done anything. Like, he hasn't done anything. He hasn't even handed in a transfer request. He hasn't even said that he won't play for Newcastle again. Like, it's a bit weird. Like, it seems like there is a massive offensive smearing Alexander Isak right now to make him out to be a bad boy, to make him out to be this individual that's going against all of the rules. Well, no, he was told not to fly because of a thigh injury, and they didn't want him on a long haul flight, so he was told not to fly. That wasn't him going, well, I'm not flying. That all came out. And the fact that he doesn't want to be in Newcastle right now while the team's not there, okay, what's the big deal in that? Seriously, what is the big deal in that? Like, the fact that he doesn't want to be in Newcastle while the whole team's there, while the team's not there, because he doesn't want to be around people. He wants to take himself away out of a situation. So can you imagine if he stayed in Newcastle and he was training on his own and the cameras were there, like filming on Sky Sports? Here he is, training on his own, and then he goes downtown and gets into a fracas with someone because the Newcastle fans call him a rat. Like, really? Like I'm sorry, but this is not the same as some other people have done. This isn't the same as going on strike. This isn't the same as not turning up for training, because there isn't any training going on at Newcastle. Like, he's back at work on Monday. Like, he's going back to Newcastle on Monday, and he will meet up with the team, and he will meet up with Eddie Howe on Tuesday. Like, this isn't him not playing for Newcastle again, or not identifying as a Newcastle player. Like, that isn't the case. Like, this is him saying he wants to leave Newcastle. He wants to go and better his career.
He wants to win. He wants to win Champions League. He doesn't want to be in the Champions League. He wants to win the Champions League. And what the hell is wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with that at all. Like, the guy hasn't handed in a transfer request. Wait till he hands in a transfer request. And wait till he turns around and says, I am never playing for you again. Like Victor Gyökeres did. Did Victor Gyökeres get called a traitor? Did Victor Gyökeres get all of this bad media? No. Everybody was up in arms going, yay, he's coming to Arsenal. He's forcing a move to Arsenal. He's showing he's dedicated. Seriously? I didn't see anybody on TalkSport or Sky Sports or any other channel saying anything bad about Victor Gyökeres, basically saying, I'm never going to play for you again. Like, you are traitors, you let me down. Like, I haven't seen any of that. None of that at all. None of that at all. No, that was all just forgotten about, wasn't it? Because he's going to be an Arsenal player. Like, seriously? Like, the amount of hatred for Alexander Isak is just, it is beyond. It's really beyond. The guy didn't go on pre-season, didn't go on the pre-season tour because he was injured. He was told not to fly because he had a thigh injury. And instead of staying in the Arsenal ground, instead of staying in the Newcastle ground on his own, where all the cameras were going to be, he went to Real Sociedad and did some training there. And he's back at work on Monday. Like, that's it. Like, he's not handed in a transfer request. He's not turned around and said he's never going to play for Newcastle again. He's not done any of that. He literally said he wants to move. He wants to win trophies. That's all he said. That's all he said. And if it's possible, then he'd like to move. But it doesn't look like Newcastle are going to make it possible. So he's probably going to have to hand in a transfer request. And what are they going to say about him then? Are they going to burn effigies of him? Is everyone going to burn their Alexander Isak shirts in Newcastle now? Like, seriously? Like, it was also Newcastle that decided not to put Alexander Isak in any of the release videos or photographs in a Newcastle shirt. That wasn't Alexander Isak. That was Newcastle that did that. Because Alexander Isak did all the photo shoots. It was Newcastle that decided not to do that. It wasn't him. Seriously? Like, have a look at your own frigging club first before you start throwing this guy under the bus. Like, what if Newcastle literally say he is not for sale at any price and Liverpool go, okay then, we'll just go and sign Rodrigo? How are you going to deal with that one, Newcastle? Because you've turned this guy into an absolute scapegoat of everything bad in a player. Really? Like, he hasn't even handed in a transfer request. like, wait till he does that. Wait till he doesn't turn up for training, which he hasn't. Because he hasn't not turned up for training. Because there isn't any training because you're in a different bloody country. Absolute madness. The amount of smear campaign on this guy is just, it's insane. It is insane, honestly. And we need to break it down as well. We need to break down the whole process of this, like where it started, where it's going to end, if it's going to end, and the different scenarios that it could end. Like, look, the guys agreed a contract with Liverpool. You are allowed to do that. You are allowed to negotiate. If you want a contract with another club, you're allowed to agree terms. That is a process that always happens. And guess what? The transfer window is open. So any club is allowed to bid for any of your players. It is not against the law. This isn't some kind of weird rule that we are breaking. Like, and for everyone to say, oh, Liverpool are doing things really improper. How? How are we doing things really improper? We literally asked Newcastle if their player was available. We didn't leak the information. It was leaked from Newcastle's side. It was leaked from Alexander Isak's side. That's got nothing to do with Liverpool. Agents will do that because guess what? Agents want their player to move because they get paid. And I'm pretty sure Alexander Isak, agent Vlad, wants him to move to Liverpool because guess what? He can win some bloody trophies. And he can become a superstar. More of a superstar he is now. And of course he wants a payday. Of course he wants a payday. Of course he wants a payday. But he could have had a payday a couple of years ago. But Newcastle didn't offer him a contract. Simple as that. So the whole situation is just, it's ridiculous. And for all this stuff that's going around, oh, he's burnt his bridges, and no, he hasn't. He hasn't burnt his bridges because he hasn't asked to leave. Like, he hasn't asked for a transfer yet. Like, burning your bridges is literally saying, I will never play for this club ever again, publicly. He hasn't done that. He hasn't said he won't play for Newcastle again. He hasn't. And he hasn't handed in a transfer request. But he might do. And there's a good chance he will. And you know why? Because Liverpool have now showed the intent. Liverpool spoke about the intent because we did. We approached Newcastle in a cordial way and said, look, we're interested in your player. We're looking to go up to this number, which is around 120 million. What is your valuation? Not for sale. Okay. But you can have him for 150. Okay. Well, that means he is for sale then, doesn't it? Is that what? You trying to tell me something with not telling me something? And that's the weird thing. But he's not for sale, but he's valued at 150 million, which means he's for sale. Okay. So Liverpool went away and Alexander Isak then turned around and said, I'd like to leave. Well, why would you like to leave? Well, because Liverpool's interested in me and they're a top club. Okay, how did you find that information out? Maybe because Newcastle leaked it. Maybe because they did it to force Isak to maybe stay. I don't know. It's a weird scenario how all that happened. But it happened. And Liverpool have basically said, look, the ball's in your court. The ball's in your court. You know we want you. We've now told the club we do. What are you going to do about it? Okay, well, I'm going to ask to leave. Okay, so that's the start. Well, what else? Well, I'm going to agree a contract with you. Okay, that's next. So we have a conversation with his agent and we agree a fee, as in wages. And we agree a £250,000 a week contract for the next 5 years with a potential year add-on for 6. Okay, so that's everything agreed. Done. What's next? Well, the next thing is a bid. And guess what happened? We made a bid. And Newcastle thinks we lowballed them. Newcastle thinks we disrespected them. We offered an English record fee. We offered £105 million cash straight away. No add-ons, 105 million cash, bang. That's yours. And then 5 million add-ons. So it's 110 million in total. And they said no. But they didn't say no and no, that's not good. Here's our counter offer. They literally said no. No. And that came from the owners. That didn't come from Eddie Howe. That didn't come from any scouts. That didn't come from anybody in charge of transfers. That came straight from the owners. No. Liverpool knew they were going to get a no. They knew it. They knew if they bid 120 million, they would get a no. Liverpool aren't stupid. They know that they would get a no straight away. because they have to save face. They have to show that they're trying to keep their star man. They have to. Otherwise, imagine if the owners turned around and said, "Oh, we've accepted 105 million." The fans would probably burn the stadium down. Like, there'd be protests outside. And you wonder why Alexander Isak doesn't want to be in Newcastle right now. But they would. There'd be absolute riots if they sold him at the first offer. The first offer was never going to be accepted. Everybody said it from day one, from Fabrizio to not Joyce, but what's his name? God, I can't remember his bloody name now. Keep on forgetting the names. Keith Downey to who's the guy who's away on tour with them? What was his name? Keep on forgetting his name. He's the guy that broke the actual. Yeah, and you got Alec Crooks, Ben Jacobs. You've got all of these guys that have all said 135 million will probably do the deal. Like 135 million will probably do the deal. So what have we offered? 105 with 5 million add-ons. Okay. Do you think we will offer 135 million? That's the question. Craig Hope. Thanks, Polo. Craig Hope. So that's the question. Will Liverpool offer 135 million? And will it be cash? I still don't think it will. I still think Liverpool will get the next bid rejected. And maybe the bid after that will get rejected. But I still think Liverpool get Isak done. But what we're also missing out of the equation is they need to sign a striker, because if they lose Isak, they don't have a recognised striker apart from Asula, who's played like 5 games. So they need to have a striker in place. And it's really interesting. And this is the whole scenario piece. It's really interesting that we bid for Isak. They bid for Sesko. Same day. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about that. Like, how did all of that happen on the same day? That's a real coincidence. That's what you call a coincidence. And they offered the exact same amount of money as they did for Hugo Ekitike. Isn't that really interesting? So let's just rewind. Newcastle bid for Hugo Ekitike. Yeah. Newcastle get rejected. Liverpool then buy Hugo Ekitike. Isn't that interesting? Liverpool bid for Alexander Isak. Liverpool get rejected. Newcastle then go and buy Sesko. Liverpool will then go and buy Isak. Everything just makes sense now. It all falls into piece. The dominoes start falling. Liverpool bid 105 million. So Newcastle owners go, oh, Liverpool have put the money on the table. We know we have money to spend now. Because they didn't know they had any money to spend. Because Liverpool didn't make a bid. Like, Liverpool said, or journalists said, Liverpool are willing to offer up to 120 million for Alexander Isak if he's available. Liverpool didn't offer any money. Like, we just put the word out there. It's called testing the water. It's called throwing a line, trying to catch a fish. We're trying to catch a whale. And we did that. We unsettled him. The ball's in your court. Agent talk, Isak talk, all of that stuff. Then there's all the media offensive to make Isak look like this horrible person and traitor and whatever. Everything you can think of. He's greedy. He wanted 300 grand. We offered him this. No, you didn't. No, you just didn't. You just didn't. It's all come out that he's turned down contracts recently because you let him down. You didn't give him the contract when he wanted it. You're doing it after the fact. And he also told you last year that he was going to go. So all of this is going to come out in the wash. So now you've got a scenario where Liverpool go, okay, now it's time. Yeah, now it's time. We can't wait any longer. We've given Newcastle plenty of time to get a striker, and they just haven't pulled the trigger. We have to push them into it. And the reason we push them into it is by giving them a bid where they know we've got money coming in, because Liverpool will buy Alexander Isak if we accept the price. And 105 is on the table with a potential 5 add-ons, which is easy to get. So the money's there. So Newcastle can now go and break the bank to get their striker. And their striker, whether we thought it was Ekitike or not, was definitely Sesko. They've been looking at Sesko for years. They're a massive fan of Sesko. Sesko and Ekitike were number 1 and number 2 on their list. And they can now get Sesko. So they can buy him. And they're buying him with the money they have left, knowing that they have another 110 million minimum coming into their accounts from Liverpool, because they already know that Liverpool will guarantee them over 100 million cash. That's more than Florian Wirtz. That's the most money anybody has offered this season for anybody in the world. So for people to come at Liverpool and for people to say, oh, it's disrespectful, it's that, give your heads a wobble. It's 105 million. Nobody has offered anybody 105 million this season. Nobody. It is a crazy amount of money. So that's all you need to know about it. We bought one guy for 100 million, and now we've offered 105 for another. And there's people whinging about it and saying it's pathetic. How is it pathetic? You paid 62 million for the player. You paid 62 million for the player. The guy isn't worth double or 3 times as much as you paid for him. What world are we living in? He plays for Newcastle United. It's not a low ball offer. It's not 105 million for a guy who you bought for 60 million, and you are still a fifth place club. You're a 5th place club in the UK. You haven't won Champions League. You haven't won Europa League. You won a Mickey Mouse Cup. You won a cup that we won with kids. You won a cup that we won the season before with kids. So for you to turn around and say, oh, it's pathetic. Well, it's not pathetic because it's 105 million. It's more than anybody else has bid in the world this season. So now you're in a situation where Newcastle's owners are sat there going, ooh, that's a lot of money. Nobody's bid 105 million for anybody in the world. That is a lot of money. Okay, we need to think about this. And they need to get as much as they can for their asset. And I totally agree. Anybody wants to get as much as they can for their asset. But this is going to be a Luis Diaz situation for Newcastle. I'm sorry. You can turn around and say he's not for sale. He's not for sale. Just like Liverpool did. Liverpool did exactly the same thing. He's not for sale. But if you pay this much, then we have to think about it. Well, Newcastle have already said 150. But then the 130 and the 135 million pound number started going around. Liverpool aren't stupid. Liverpool aren't stupid. Liverpool were never going to go in at 135 million straight off the bat. We are working with unbelievable negotiators who managed to get deals done for every player this season at the lower cost than what the club wanted. We've all forgotten that Ekitike was valued at 100 million, which is 86 million pounds. We paid 69 million. Bournemouth wanted 45 million for Kirkes. We paid 35 million. Florian Wirtz was 150 million. 150 million. We got it down to 126 million with add-ons, but we've only paid 100. Liverpool are shrewd negotiators. We were never going to offer 135 million off the bat, but we will probably go to 120 million cash and then add-ons. And it will be the British record. It will be the British record. And I said this from day one, and you know I did. You know I did. Everybody was talking about Kirkes being the record. I always said it was going to be Isaac. I always said it. I was nailed on that. I literally put my neck on the line from day one with Isaac and always said to everybody, when the Wirtz deal happened, I was like, no, Wirtz isn't going to be the UK record. It's going to be Isaac. We don't want Wirtz to be the UK record. We don't want to put that much pressure on him. We want Alexander Isak to be the UK record because we knew that it probably would be the UK record because that's how much it's going to take. And it's so interesting that Newcastle just went, bang. Okay, you know what, Leipzig? We'll give you everything you want. No negotiations, no lowball offer, no this or that. Bang, there's your 65 million, there's your 5 million add-ons. That's what you want. There you go. And we'll throw the kitchen sink at the player. Alexander Isak is never going to play for Newcastle again. And the biggest reason why he's never going to play for Newcastle again is because if he goes back to the club, he sees a striker who is 21 years old being paid £200,000 a week. And that is the reason why he will never go back to Newcastle. Because he will just sit there and go, you had the chance to give me what I was owed, to give me what I deserved, to pay me what I should be getting paid as a top number five striker in the world, in my eyes. He's in the top 5. And you brought this guy in who's done nothing. Like, he may be a good player in the end, but he's done nothing. Like, Leipzig finished, 8th? Didn't even finish in Europe, I don't think. He's done nothing. I know he scored loads of goals. He scored loads of goals in Mickey Mouse leagues. And I get it. Like, they play with 3 strikers as well, by the way, Leipzig. So There's plenty of chances for them to score goals, but he still hasn't scored that many. I think he scored 11 goals in the Bundesliga, maybe, this season. Isak scored 23 goals in the Premier League alone. Like, just let that sink in. Like, consistently over 20 goals in the last 2 seasons. Like, they're mind-boggling numbers, and they are unbelievable goals, all of them. Newcastle do not create a lot of chances. They're not a team like Liverpool that puts the ball on a plate consistently for their forwards. Newcastle don't do that. A lot of it has to be self-created. And for them to just throw the bag at Leipzig and go, whatever you want, player, and then for Isak to go, what? You had the chance to sign me on a new deal. Like, we were at the table, and you turned around and said, no, we don't think you're worth it. You've got 3 years left. That's a kick in the teeth. Like, that's like, I don't know. That's like just going, oh, there you go, mate. Yeah, get him in. He'll do a better job. Will he do a better job? I don't think there's another player on the planet that'll do a better job. Maybe Mbappe. Like, you had the chance, Newcastle. You blew it. Like, and unfortunately, and it's really ironic, but Eddie Howe said it in an interview. You only get one career, and it's a short career, and we have to think about the player's future. He said this about Isak, and when you're talking like that, you know that Isak's gone up to him and had a heart-to-heart and gone, look, boss, I've given you everything here. Like, I want to win trophies when I qualify for competitions. I don't just want to be in competitions. I want to win competitions. And we're not equipped to do it. And for them to just dismiss him for asking for a pay rise, for even just sitting down and going, can we just reevaluate what's going on here? Because Matt Target's on 20 grand less than me. Like, there's 3 players that are getting paid more money than me. And I'm the guy scoring all the goals. Like, I'm the guy getting us into Champions League. I'm the guy keeping us in the Premier League at the top of the table. Like, I'm the guy who's doing the business consistently. Nah, get away from the table. You've still got 3 years left on your contract, mate. That's not how it works. And Newcastle have been burnt now because they're about to lose their best ever player in this Premier League. I'd say this Premier League iteration. Seriously. Like, Alan Shearer was a monster. Was an absolute monster. But this guy's a unicorn. This guy's a unicorn. This guy can do much more than Alan Shearer could do. Like, in a team. But Alan Shearer is an absolute legend. But they kept him because of the love for the club. Isak doesn't have that love for the club because he's not from Newcastle. He's not a Geordie. He's not even English. Like, he's just ambitious. And you had plenty of opportunity to make this guy your Alan Shearer because the fans love him and he loved the fans and he loved playing at your ground, Newcastle. He said it on many occasions. He said he felt like it was a family. And you pushed him to the side and you took him for granted, unfortunately. You've taken him for granted. And we almost lost one of our own the same way in Mo Salah. Because everybody took that guy for granted. Everybody took that guy for granted. And it to a certain extent, it looks like Jurgen and the rest of the team took him for granted and didn't offer him a new contract when they should have and never sat down at the table because they just assumed that he would sign a new one. And you have to give the guys the love. You have to understand where they're at. Like, we could have gone in and given Virgil maybe 300 grand, which is a pay rise. But we value what he's worth. And we bumped his wages to 400 grand. He went from 280 to 400 because we value him. They didn't do that with Isaac. They didn't even put him on the highest wage. They could have just bumped him up to 150, like Bruno Guimaraes, and he might have been okay with that for another 2 years. But he didn't even do that. Nah, you're fine, mate. You got 3 years left. Well, your chickens come home to roost, and this guy isn't going to play for your club again. And this guy seems to have more ambition than the club, as far as I'm concerned, because you haven't invested. Like, you haven't fixed your training ground. You haven't bought Champions League level players in a while. Like, when was the last really, really good player you signed? I don't see it. Is Liver Morento? Is that the guy? Because he could have ended up not being a hit, but he was. But you're probably going to lose him to Manchester City when the money comes in. So are they going to reject 150 million for him? And this is the problem with Newcastle now. You set a precedence like this, and other guys will leave. Bruno Guimaraes will be looking at a move. If Isaac goes, and you don't invest, and you don't put a stand on, well, we've just got the money, like, we got the money, we just paid this guy 200 grand. Do you think Bruno Guimaraes is going to be at the door, Eddie Howe, saying, hang on a minute, you're paying a 21-year-old 200 grand, but you wouldn't give Isaac a new contract? Really? Well, I want my money, or I'm off. And the exodus will happen. I'm telling you, the exodus will happen. And the interesting thing is, it's actually kicked in at Liverpool. We gave Mo a raise. We gave Virgil a raise. Oh, Luis Diaz wanted a raise. Okay. Oh, Canate wanted a raise. Okay. Everybody came knocking at the door. Everybody came knocking at the door. Oh, well, Virgil's on 400 grand a week. Well, I should be on 300 grand a week, Canate. Really, mate? Really? You should be on 300 grand a week. What? I think we're probably going to offer you about 180, 200. If you don't like it, you know where the door is, mate. What, you really going to do that? Did you not just watch Luis Diaz go? Like, did you not just see that whole scenario play out in front of you? Did you not just see Trent go? Like, and we got money for Trent in the end. We'll do the same with you, mate. Because no one's bigger than the club. No one's bigger than the club, and no one's bigger than the ambition that the club has right now. And we have burning ambition from inside. And we have players that are going to they're going to blow your mind. What we are going to do this season is going to blow everybody's mind. And we talked about this before. The only way you win the Premier League off of Manchester City is if you take it away from them before they get a chance to even try. You blow them out of the water and they go, we can't even cope with this. Like, they are so far ahead. And this is how we do it again. We do it again by storming ahead from the start of the season, and we win our first 15, 20 games. Bang, 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 bang. And it won't be like last time. It won't be like last time where it's like, just trying to find our feet and just making sure making sure we're tight here and, not using many subs. And no, this will be fluid. This will be rotational. This will be trust. This will be Slot knowing what his team is capable of and him giving them the plan and him giving them the tasks and them carrying them out to precision. And if it's not working, he can just tweak things because he is the master at that. How good was he last season with multi-tactical scenarios in the same game? How many times did you see a first half and a second half being completely different? Completely different. Watch out, because it's going to happen in 25-minute spells because we have so much rotation and so many players that can do different jobs. Everybody is multi-talented, multifaceted. Everybody's good on the ball. Everybody's got speed. It's something we didn't have last season. We were missing speed in so many areas. It's not like that no more. It's not like that no more. Everybody's fast. Everybody is fast in the team. There isn't one player in that team that hasn't got pace. Honestly, it's going to be frightening. Like, do you remember we used to talk about the red arrows? Liverpool were like the red arrows going forward. Did you not just watch us against Yokohama? Like, at one stage, there was like 8 players just ascending onto their team, and they're all just like, oh. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. And there's still business to be done. And I get that. There is still business to be done. And who knows? Maybe 2 come in. Maybe 2 centre-backs come in. Because now we're linked with Ordonez, and he is a monster. Like, he is a quality. He is basically the next William Pancho in the making. He goes to a German club and he then goes to PSG in a year's time or 2 years' time, or a Real Madrid, and he's the next William Pancho. And that's not going to happen. We're not going to let that happen. Like, we've had the chance to buy the Caicedos and the Estupians, and we've had the chance to buy those South Americans like Enzo Fernandez. We've had the chance to buy those guys. We had the chance to buy Bruno Guimaraes. We had the chance to buy Sven Botman. We've had the chance to buy those guys before they went to a club to then be a big player. And we didn't do it. We didn't get that done. We will not make that same mistake again. It's the reason why we went and got Will Wright. We were not going to let an Arsenal or a Manchester City get a kid who could be a superstar. We were not going to let that happen. Like, there was no way we were going to watch Rio Gigumoa at Chelsea and go, hang on a minute, this guy's called the mini Messi, like, and Chelsea are raving about this guy so much. Where's his game time going to be? What, at Strasbourg? So he's going to be playing at Strasbourg, is he, like everybody else from Chelsea, in their sister club, and then he's probably going to end up going to like Aston Villa or someone like that on some weird PSR dodgy deal to balance the books in the future. No, we're going to get him and we're going to make him our own, and we're going to turn him into our own mini Messi, and we're going to nurture him, and we're going to give him the right play, the right management. Like, he's not going to be another one of those kids. Like, they've literally just got Estavio, who's another 17-year-old wonder kid. He's now 18, who's now come over from Brazil. How is Rio ever going to get into that Chelsea team? Like, he never had a route. He never had a path. And Chelsea can sit there and whinge all they want that we took one of their best players, one of their kids, one of their stars. He never had a path. Would Rio have ever had a path at Chelsea? Like, they've literally signed about 70 wingers. He never had a path. Liverpool, it's quite a closed net. Like, we don't have a plethora or a wealth of wingers. We don't. We have Mo, we have Cody, we had Diaz, now he's gone. We got Ben Doak. Who else? Who else have we got as wingers? Like, we want to look at the youth team. Okay, we've got Trent Kona-Doherty. Okay, he's older than Rio, and he's never made it into the first team. I can't think of anybody else. I genuinely can't think of anybody else. So Rio had a path. Like, it made sense. Like, Rio had a path, and Rio has a path. And we will give Rio the game time that he needs. He will get 10, 15 games next season. And we're not going to go and sign a Malik Fofana. And I know people wanted him, but would you want a guy who's going to basically do what Rio does? Do you want a guy who's going to play maybe 10, 15 games? Or do you want to give it to one of the youngsters who seems like he's pretty good? Seems like 10, 15 games would do him the world of good. Seems like that could be what it takes to give him that game time. And it makes sense. We're doing the right thing. Like, and I have put it in the thumbnail. Do we sign both? Do we go and get a Rodrigo as well? And we have to have that conversation. Because if we get a Rodrigo, I feel like Isaac isn't happening. I feel like that's the Isaac dream over. And that's why I don't believe the Isaac dream is over, because Núñez is going. Like, he's going. He's either going to Al Hilal because Inzaghi wants him, or he's potentially going to AC Milan. So you've got a potential 2 clubs back in the market for Darwin Núñez, and the price is 65 million euros. The price is there, 65 million euros. It's not changed. It's always been there. We've never reduced it. It's always been there. It's always been there. That's the price. So I think he goes. I think he goes to either Al Hilal or AC Milan. And then if Núñez goes, I feel Isaac is the replacement. I feel that's it. I don't think it's Rodrigo. I know everybody wants Rodrigo, and I get it, but I feel like it's all coming from his side. He's trying to get a club interested. He's trying to get Arsenal interested. He's trying to get Chelsea interested. He wants to come to the Premier League. I wouldn't be surprised, and I know this is wild, and I will say this, I would not be surprised if Rodrigo ends up at Aston Villa on loan at the end of the window. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, honestly, I just wouldn't be surprised that he just ended up at Aston Villa on loan, like Asensio did. Yeah, ends up Aston Villa on loan right at the end of the window. And you're like, wow, where did that one come from? Where did that one come from? I wouldn't be surprised. And we don't go for him, and Arsenal don't go for him, and Chelsea don't go for him. But I just think that if Núñez goes, then Isaac's in. I think that's the one. I think that makes sense now. Like, because the more Nunes stays, the more I start to think maybe we aren't going to get Isaac, and it's going to be Ekitike and Nunes, and then the Rodrigo can start to move forward, and then you're like, hang on a minute, Rodrigo could be that guy then, and we could have both contracts agreed, both players doing the right thing. By the way, doing the right thing. We didn't do it with Caicedo. Didn't do it with Caicedo. We did it with Lavia, but we didn't do it with Caicedo. We agreed contract with Lavia, and we didn't agree a price, and then we agreed price with Caicedo, but we didn't agree a contract. So we've done both. We've done things the right way now with both players. If we'd agreed a contract with Rodrigo and we've agreed a contract with Isaac, then super. We've made a bid for Isaac. We haven't made a bid for Rodrigo. I feel we don't get Isaac. We go for Rodrigo and we keep Nunes. And I don't think Nunes goes until much later on, until we know that we have a number 9 as a backup to Ekitike. And that's how I'm sat with it, because we did not want to sell Diaz. We didn't want to sell Diaz. Like, there's a lot of people that wanted to sell Diaz, but we didn't want to sell him. And we offered him 2 deals, and he turned them down, and he wanted to go. And it is what it is. Like, it just is what it is. Like sometimes players just go. And he just wanted to go. He just wanted to go. Like, he wanted to try something new. Sadio Mane was exactly the same. We all loved him. He was amazing for us, but he just wanted to go. He wanted to try something new. It feels like that was the same with Diaz. It feels like he's that guy that plays 3 years, 4 years at one club, and then he moves on. Did the same with Porto, came to Liverpool, and he's done the same. He's going to Bayern. He's going to do a couple of years with Bayern, then he's probably going to go to Saudi, or he's probably going to go back to South America, or he might go to America. I just feel like that's just the way it is. He started football quite late. It's a little bit different. He started when he was like in his mid-20s playing football. Like, he wasn't like this wonder kid when he was 18. So it is what it is. Like, that's just how it is. Like, we didn't want to sell him, but he's gone. We got good money for him, and we're obviously investing that back into the team, and we're going to buy Isaac. But if we don't get Isaac, I feel Nunes stays and we go for Rodrigo. And the fact that there's so much heat coming from Saudi Arabia, like, one of the biggest journos in Saudi Arabia has now said that Al Hilal's made a bid. Like, I don't know how much the bid is, but they made a bid yesterday. Isn't it really weird? Don't you think this is just, like, don't you just think this is just dominoes falling? Like, do you remember we talked about this roundabout? Yeah? This roundabout of, well, Osherman was going to go here, and this was going to go there, and we were going to get Isaac, and they were going to get blah, blah, blah. And it kind of went round in this big circle, and we'd end up with our man. It feels like this roundabout's going again. Like, bid for Nunes. We bid for Isaac. Newcastle bid for Sesko. Newcastle bid for Visser. Like, boom, 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 boom. Like, it goes again, and all the dominoes will fall. Nunes will go, Isaac will go, Visser will go, Sesko will go. Everybody gets their players. Like, and then we're done. And then we just go and get Guehi and potentially Ordonez. And it's just like, that's just how it seems. There's just not many strikers left. There just isn't many strikers left. Like, I can't even see another Premier League striker moving apart from Visser and Isaac. That's it. Like, Callum Wilson's just signed for West Ham, so they've got another striker. So they've replaced the guy that left on a free transfer, the one that was in a car crash. Good player though. I did like him. Hated him playing against Liverpool. And Arsenal have got their guy, Chelsea have got their guy, Man United have got their guys. Man United might go for one more, but I think they're fine. Ollie Watkins might go, but I doubt it. Like, got to offer a lot of money to get Ollie Watkins out. So I just don't see it. Like, maybe Brentford will sign a few strikers because they haven't got any left, and maybe Brighton might get another striker in, but I'm not sure they will. But it just seems like all the dominoes are falling. There's just not many left. There's just not many left now. And it's getting to that stage where we've almost done our business. Like there's still a month left and we've nearly done our business. Yeah, I know. Mad. I think Chelsea will probably sell a few players. Like, Chelsea have got just a ridiculous squad. Like, they've just sold Brozier. Someone's just wrote in the chat. God knows how much they got for him. Like, that's Chelsea are just so good at doing business in and out. Like, it feels like they've got AI doing it, you know. Doesn't even feel like they've got humans. It feels like they've got artificial intelligence doing their transfers. It's mad. But yeah, I don't think Jackson will go. I don't think Jackson will go. I mean, he might end up at Man United, but I mean, if you really look at Chelsea's forward line, they've got João Pedro, Delap, and Jackson. They want to get rid of Nkunku. They've just got rid of Brozier. They just got rid of Puel or whatever his name is. Got rid of him. Who else have they got? They haven't got any more forwards. So I think they keep Jackson. Three forwards, 3 number 9s. That's enough. We've got 2. They've got loads of wingers, but they need number 9s. Like, most of their goals come from the number 9s. They don't come from the wingers. So yeah. Oh, I did a super chat. Was there a super chat? Did I miss a super chat? Sorry. Who was the super chat? Also, let me put the chat in there. Forgot. Where is the super chat? Oh, yes, in. Sorry, mate. Missed your super chat. Has Newcastle bid rejected for Sesko? So the bid wasn't rejected. So the actual bid wasn't rejected for Sesko. It's the add-ons. Sorry, it's not the add-ons. It's the sell-on clause. They want a 20% sell-on clause included. So the bid hasn't been rejected. Like, the money's accepted. Like, the money and the add-ons have been accepted. They want to add a sell-on clause into the package. So they'll just do that. That's a deal that will get done. And I don't think he'll go to Manchester United because Manchester United want to include Rasmus Højlund, and Rasmus Højlund doesn't want to leave. So you can't make a player leave. Like you can't make a player leave. You can't force him to go to Leipzig on a deal. And Leipzig haven't even said that they want him. So I think everyone's pretty much done in purchasing Premier League strikers. So I mean, Brighton have just got rid of Evan Ferguson, who's going to be a star. Like, I even said, I'd probably take him as backup to Ekitike. Like, if we can't get Isaac, I think Evan Ferguson's a brilliant player, really good player. He's going to be great in Italy. He'll get more time on the ball. He's still only 20 years old. Mad. So I think it's just a matter of time. Like, I just think the dominoes have pretty much fell in the way we want them to. Like, Newcastle are going for Sesko, and they're going to get him, and they're going to get Visse because Brentford have said that they're going to sell him now, and there's no one else in for Visse. So they're at the table for him on his own. We're at the table with Isaac on our own. What else did I say? There was another player as well. There was another player that's gone that I said. I can't remember what the other player was. But yeah, I just think it's really interesting as well. I said it on Dom's show last night. Like, everyone was talking about, why did this Isaac thing happen so late? And it makes so much more sense for me that it was by design. Like, we waited till everyone had done their business. There wasn't going to be any competition. Like, if Gyökeres wasn't going to Arsenal, Arsenal might do a madness. And if Chelsea hadn't have signed João Pedro and Delap, Chelsea might have come in and gone, you know what, F this, you can have Jackson, we'll give you 100 million. And they get Jackson. And they get a player that might be good for them. So we just waited till everybody's done. Everybody's done. Like, they're all done. Like, nobody's at the table. Nobody's got the money to go, you know what, we're going to flex with Liverpool. And we just went, everyone's done their business now. Shall we? And everybody thinks that we've done our business by signing Ekitike. Shall we now say that we're interested? Yeah, let's say we're interested now. And then we did. And then the world just started burning. It's the art of the deal. Like, we have two unbelievable people at the club that just know the art of the deal. They know how it works. They know the shakedown. They know the process. It's funny because one of them worked in banking, so he probably does. But it's just brilliant. Like, it's so clever. It's like, yeah, there's 105 million. There's another 5 million. You want 130. We know that. You've kind of made that clear now. I know you say 150, but we know you mean 130. And, well, you don't want it. Okay, we're off. We're off. What? What do you mean you're off? Yeah, we're off. Yeah. That's it. We're not going back with another bid. We're not countering it because you just rejected it straight away. You didn't come back with a counter. You just rejected it. Okay, we're off then. And Newcastle are like, crap, we've got a player that wants to leave. We've just been offered loads of money. We turned it down. And we clearly need to replace the guy. What are we going to do? Well, the owners have gone, well, we know we can get 100 million plus. Let's go and get our top target there. Let's go and get Sesko. How much do they want? 65 plus 5? Yeah, just offer it. Just do it. Well, you don't want to negotiate? No, just do it. Well, why are you doing that? Well, we know we're getting the money for Isaac, and we know that we're going to be able to buy another striker in Visser that's 40 million, and we probably need a defender, and we also probably need a midfielder because we've just sold one, and our other defender is injured again, and half of our team's left on free transfers, and we've got Manchester City sniffing around our left back. Okay, yeah, let's go and do that then. And Liverpool are like, okay. So what we'll do is we're just going to wait for you to buy Sesko, and then we're going to go, there's 120, and you can have 15 million in add-ons. And that will be accepted. And then they will go and splurge all that money on all of the players that they need because they haven't been replenishing their squad for a while. And they had to sell 2 of their best players because they had problems because of Ashworth, who overspent the PSR when he took charge and then walked out. And then their new director of football didn't buy anyone and then walked out. Absolute shambles. absolute shambles. And they sit there and they must look at Liverpool and go, oh my God, you guys know how to do it. You guys know how to do it. You've gone around all season flexing, agreeing contracts with all these players, negotiating with everybody way before anybody else has. Because Arnie Slot was talking to Richard Hughes all the time. All the time he was talking to Richard Hughes. How many times do you think Arnie Slot said to Richard Hughes, can we get Isaac? Can we get Isaac? And here it goes. The exodus has started to happen now. The players have started to leave the club. Another one's agreed contract to go. And he's going to Lyon, funny enough, for 15 million. With a 20 million add-on, but with a 20 million sell-on clause, by the way. Oh yeah, Liverpool are still doing bits. Still selling players with the right clauses on top. Oh, we're not messing around. We're still doing bits. Oh yeah. Paul Joyce, make sure he gets that in there. Tyler Morton, Lyon, 15 million. Will have a 20% sell-on clause. Not messing around. Not messing around. Absolutely run by the adults, professionals in every single aspect. Like, just look how well planned that kit launch was. Like, that was like a strategic operation that went worldwide at different timelines across the world. And it was all done to precision. Like, it was unbelievable the way they launched that kit. Like, I have never seen anything like it. Like, they've sold pretty much every single kit. Like everybody's talking about, well, where are Liverpool getting the money from? Well, Liverpool are getting the money from themselves because they are so well run and so well managed. It is absolutely mind-boggling how good we are managed and we are ran. Like, 50 million a year? Oh yeah. We'll overtake Manchester United and Manchester City. Oh yeah. And we'll have Mo Salah posing in a pub. And the guy doesn't drink. Incredible stuff. Absolutely drunk. I did do an FB on him on my last show, mate. I did. 85 million there in the coffers. Isn't it incredible? Isn't it absolutely incredible to watch? And it's right in front of our eyes. Like, right in front of our eyes. He will be an absolute monster. I do rate him as well, you know. Like, I do rate him. It's just, Arnie Slot said it, didn't he? He said, if you're not as good as him, how do I play you? I'm only going to play players that are better. Didn't he say that funny thing? Well, we can't all have 3 Mo Salahs. Like, you know, because everyone was saying, well, why does he play every game? Like, why don't you get other players? And he's like, well, we can't all have 3 Mo Salahs. He wants players that are as good as the players that are in the team or better. And unfortunately, Tyler Morton isn't better than McAllister. He isn't better than Curtis Jones. and he isn't better than Ryan Gravenberch or Dominic Szoboszlai. And he certainly isn't better than Florian Wirtz. When was he ever going to get to play? He just wasn't. It's unfortunate. And he needs to play football. He's 22. He's 22. Well, we can't give him 5 games or 10 games. That's not fair to him. You give those 5 or 10 games to Endo or Trey Ione now. Or maybe McConnell. But I think McConnell's going on loan. So you can't do that. And you can't do that with Harvey Elliott either. And I know we love these guys, and these guys are great players, but they're not good enough to be first team players in Liverpool, and they're too good to only play 10 games, 15 games. They're too good. They're too good. And we can get good money for them. And we can go and buy a player that will be a first team player. And we've done that. We've sold Diaz and we've sold Tyler Morton. And like someone said, 85 million in the coffers. 85 million in the coffers. That goes on to the 35 million we got for Quansah. That goes on to the 10 million we got for Trent. That goes on to the 3 million we got for Nathaniel Phillips. That goes on to the 18 million that we got for Queven Gallagher. Do we continue? That goes on to the 50 million, 45 million we get for Darwin Núñez. And that goes on to the potential 40 million, 35 million that we get for Harvey Elliott. And if we sell Ben Doak, then maybe that goes on to the 20 million we get for Ben Doak. And maybe 10 million we get for Kostas Tsimikas. This goes up and up and up. Levels and levels. There is so much money that we can make off players that aren't going to play for Liverpool under Arne Slot. And we have to. We have to. Otherwise, what are we doing? What are we, Arsenal? Are we Arsenal? And we're just free transferring our players, or just loaning them on forever until Tieran Kearney's got no contract left and then just walks out the door. Who's the Japanese guy they had for about 20 years that never played for them? We're not that team. We don't do that stuff anymore. This isn't about relationships and friendships and being sentimental. It's not about that. It's about having enough players fit in your team that will compete and will win you trophies consistently. That's what it's about. And if you've got players that are too good, that aren't good enough to play, but will be on the fringe, and you know that you can make a lot of money from them and buy a first team player to start with that money, what are you going to do? You're going to do the latter. And you're going to cash in. You're going to cash in. And there's a duty of care to do now. Liverpool sat there. When Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes came in, they must have looked at Nat Phillips and gone, we still got that guy. Why is that guy still on our books? Seriously? This poor guy never plays any football for Liverpool and he's still on our books. He's 26 years old. And we literally just went, it's a duty of care. We need to sell this guy. So we did. He's gone. He's gone. And Queven Gallagher, they must have sat there and gone, this guy's good enough to be a Northern Ireland international and a Premier League goalkeeper every single game. Why is he still on our bench? Why is he still on our bench? He should be sold so he can go and have a career. He's 25 years old. So we sold him. And this is the type of stuff that we will do. Tyler Morton's 22. Like, his time has gone. Like, if he can't get into a Liverpool team now, he's never going to get into a Liverpool team. Sell him, make some money. 15 million, pure profit. Pure profit for PSR. Came through the youth team. Ben Doak. Is Ben Doak going to be a Liverpool player? Is Ben Doak ever going to be a right winger for Liverpool? Hand on heart. No. No, he's not. If anyone's going to make it ahead of him, it's going to be Rio. And Rio's 16. Ben Doak's 19 going on 20. And he's riddled with injuries every season. Every season he gets an injury. That's why Liverpool were willing to listen to offers for 25 million last season. And teams came at them with 15. And then he went to Middlesbrough and he had a good season. And he got like, I don't know, it was like 5 assists, like 3 goals in like 15 games or something. But then he got injured again. Teams may well spend 20 million on him because he's proven that he can do a job. And teams are desperate. If Crystal Palace lose Eze, I wouldn't be surprised if they came sniffing. If Ipswich lose Richardson, I wouldn't be surprised if they came looking. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they came back and went, we might put 15 on him. We might put 20 now. Liverpool might go, okay, we wanted 20 for Morton. We sold him for 15. We can negotiate. And Bento will probably go. Like, it was 80-20. Let's be honest. He's not really played pre-season either, to be honest, has he? He didn't play the last game because his passport, or he had issues with getting in the country. So he's already missed quite a bit of training and pre-season for that. So, do you really see him being a Liverpool player? I don't. And that's what you have to look at now. We just ran the right way. And I also want to show you this as well, because I think this is interesting. We talked about contracts. Yeah, we had this big conversation about Isaac and contracts. This is Konate. This is fresh, whether you know this or not. But this is fresh. This is Konate. Liverpool and Konate are still in talks over a contract extension. No full agreement yet, but the French defender is happy at the club and keen to stay. This guy's French. There's a lot of stuff coming out of media outlets, especially in France, that Konate is looking to stay. And Richard Hughes has put the contract on the table. Something that Newcastle didn't do. Newcastle didn't do it. You didn't put the contract on the table. We put the contract on the table for Konate. It's been done. The ball's in his court. It looks like he's having so much fun at the moment. He's been given media bloody rights or something at Liverpool because he's doing all the videos. He still looks a bit bozo-y, I'm not going to lie. Like, in pre-season he's looked a bit flaky, but he kind of always has looked a bit flaky in pre-season. That seems to be Konate's ammo. But Slot came out and said in the press conference, I know I haven't replaced Quansah. You don't say that if you're not going to replace him, because you literally let everyone know that you know you need a defender. And that's how it is. That's how it is. If he doesn't accept the contract, we have 2 options. Simple as that. First option, we play him till the end of the season and we try and negotiate all through the season, like we did with Mo and we did with Virgil, and we did it. Okay, can be done because we've proven that it can be done because we've done it. Or we bite the bullet and we sell him, but we will sell him at a discounted price. And the problem we have is the reason why we won't go for Gahey is because we know we'll only be offered 40 million. We'll only be offered 40 million for Konate. Liverpool see Konate a better player, a more rounded player, more experience. He's won more than Guehi. Guehi's a great player, by the way. And Liverpool look at it and go, well, if we're only going to get 40 million for Konate, how can Crystal Palace ask for 50 million for Guehi, who's not the same player? Like, hasn't won the Champions League. Sorry, hasn't won the league. Like, hasn't been in the Champions League, hasn't done all of these things, hasn't been in a World Cup final. Like, you know what I mean? And that's how Liverpool see it. But if we bite the bullet and we have to sell Konate, then we'll probably have to put the money for Konate and more to get Guehi. And that's just going to sting. That's going to sting. Because we're going to be like, really? Like, we're having to pay more for Guehi to replace Konate, when I feel like Liverpool should just go and get Guehi and let the two of them fight it out. Let the two of them fight it out. And I feel more comfortable if Virgil gets a rest in games and Guehi's on the left-hand side and it's Guehi and Konate. I would feel so much more safer with that scenario than Virgil gets rested and then Joe Gomez comes in. And then you've got Joe Gomez, Konate, and who? What, Endo? Like, Robbo? Like, honestly, like, it gives me nightmares thinking about it. Like, it genuinely gives me nightmares thinking about it. So, we get the defender done. And maybe we get Ordonez as well. Maybe we go and get Ordonez as well. Another defender. Or maybe we bring Welton Lucky in. Or maybe we try and give Nallo some game time, but Nallo looks miles off it for me. Amaro Nallo looks miles off it. He looks about two seasons away from being anywhere near the first team for me. He still looks really, really raw and really shaky. He reminds me of the French lad that we had. Was it Comamento or something like that? Who everyone raved on about was going to be like the next. Everyone was like raving on about this guy. Like, he's going to be the next one. He's going to be like the next Varane. That French kid we had as a centre back, but he was just a mess. Like, just wasn't good enough. I kind of get immature vibes. Like, does wild stuff. You might be able to get away with it in an under-18s game or an under-21s game. Not in the Premier League, mate. Not in the Champions League, where you get a red card. I think Nallo's 19. I think Nallo's at 18 or 19. So, like, Dean Huijsen was 19. Like, that's the difference. Billy Cometto, that's it. Billy Cometto. Yeah. So, like, Leone is 19. Like, Leone's 19, and he's played 17 times in Serie A. They want 35 million for him, which is what we offered for Guehi. So you up the price by 10 million, and you get Guehi. I'm sorry, but I know what I'm doing. I'm upping the price by 10 million. I just am. Like, he looks great. He looks like a really good player. And I also feel like we could probably get him quite cheap because players leave the Belgian league for less than 20 million normally. They really do. Like that guy De Bast, who went to, I think he went to Porto or Sporting. like Belgian international, like Zoo de Bast, I think his name is, absolutely brilliant player. He went for 20 million. Like everyone thought he was like a 50 million pound player. He just didn't. Like they don't go for a lot of money. They don't go for a lot of money. Yeah, the Greek guy as well. Yeah, but I don't know about him. I think he needs probably another year. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So Cresswell, I don't know about Cresswell because he came from a League One team, from a Championship team, to then go to France, and I'm not sure. De Kuyper's gone. De Kuyper's gone. I think he's gone to Brighton, mate, or Italy. De Kuyper's been sold. Yeah, he went to Brighton. Of course he did. Of course he did, Russell. What, a really highly rated young player? Why wouldn't he go to Brighton? Like, that makes sense. Like, Brighton have got a finger on all the pulses. Like, honestly, finger on all the pulses, Brighton. So, there's over 260 of you in here. If you haven't hit the like and subscribe, please do. It takes like 2 seconds. Also, I am on the road to I am 20 subs off 1,700. So if you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Like, just do it. Oh, actually, I am 17. I'm 17 now. I'm 17 off 1,700. It'd be amazing if I could do 1,700 now. Like, in this show, it would be amazing. Like, it would be so good. Like, it'd make my weekend. It really would. It'd make my weekend if I could get to 1,700 on this show. There's 263 of you in here. If there's 17 of you that haven't subbed, just sub now, please. Do it. Do it. Do it. And if you want to be a member, you want to be one of the rebels, then hit the membership. It's literally 99p, and I'm doing a 2-hour show tomorrow called Conspiracies and Rabbit Holes, and the people in the chat will tell you how much fun it is. It's no holds barred. I've got an unbelievable MI5 story to tell you tomorrow as well, which is going behind the paywall because I certainly don't want to say it out in the open. And we can talk about anything you want. It's the chat that direct the show for 2 hours. Sometimes I go a bit over 2 hours, but it's 9 o'clock. Get involved. I've got nearly 300 members now, which is amazing. Like, I can't thank you enough, honestly. Nearly 1,700 subscribers with 300 members. It's a community now. It's organic. It's not like 10,000 subscribers and like 300 members. It feels so much more real when there's a small amount of subscribers and a small amount of members. Really appreciate it, honestly. Really appreciate it. What? Have I just been raided, or you want me to raid him? Do you want me to raid him, or have I just been raided? Because I raided him yesterday, and he didn't even say thanks. like it's look, if I raid people, it'd be nice for them to say thanks. Like I've been raiding a certain channel quite a lot. I'm not going to say them out loud on here, but I've been raiding a certain channel quite a lot, and I've never once been thanked for it. Like, and I'm a little bit like, I'm not going to raid you anymore. Like if you raided me, I'd be like, thanks a lot, man. Like, cheers. That's all it is. Like, thanks for the raid. Like, big up, and I'd put the fact that I was raided in the show. It's just a courtesy. Like, we don't do it for thanks. we do it to help other channels grow. But if you're not even gonna thank the people that raid you, then how do you expect them to keep on raiding you? like I raid Don. Don always thanks me. Don privately messages me, like, to thank me as well. Thanks for the raid. Like, Mo does it. Like, Terry does it. Like, loads of people do it. Like, even the guys with like 40, 50, half a million, like, subscribers, they still thank you. Like, that's what they do. Like, even Kaz, who I don't really know, never a foul. Like, he thanked me for a raid. Like it's just a courtesy. It's just courtesy. Like otherwise people won't do it. They'll just stop because they're like, what? You're not even gonna like say thanks or even put it in the chat that you've been raided by someone. Like, really? So we all want to look after each other. We all want to help each other grow. Like, it isn't a competition, which is why I do my shows kind of in the middle of everybody else. Like, I could do my show directly after someone. So, when they finish, I can message them and say, "Oh, can you do me a raid?" Like, but I don't want to do that. I want to organically grow myself, like with my own subscribers and my own members. That's the plan. I don't want to always rely on other people to raid me. Like, I did it for a bit, and then I decided I stopped doing it. Like, I was going to do a show directly after Don's show on a Friday all the time, but then I was like, it doesn't feel right because it's not my show. I'm just bouncing off the back of someone else's, and I've got an agenda for mine, and I might end up talking about that in his show. So I'm kind of repeating myself to the same people. So I put a set together of what I'm going to do and then talk to you about it. And that's probably why I've grown, because I've done it that way. But man, if I raid you, say bloody thanks. Like, if I raid you, say thanks. And if someone raids you, say bloody thanks. Like, it's the bare minimum. Like, and if you know them on the phone, just message them. Cheers for the raid, mate. And then you get raided again. Just sub. Thanks a lot, mate. Thanks a lot, buddy. I'm a bit of a geek, mate. That's probably why. Let me see how many. How close I am. Let's have a look. Ooh, I'm 13 away. Come on, we can do it. Can we do this live? Can we do 13 subs in this show? What do you reckon? Do you reckon we can do 13 subs? There's 230 of you in here. I'm looking at downloading another program to use where you can have a subscriber like widget in the corner, and it like literally shows you the subscribers as they do it, and it like flashes on your screen. I think that's like really cool. But I don't want to put people under like pressure by their names popping up like on my channel in case they don't want to be like that. You know, people want to be in the chat, but they don't want to. If that makes sense. Like, someone might have subscribed, but they're not even in the chat, and no one's ever seen them, and then they pop up. Maybe they won't like that, and maybe they'll unsubscribe because of it. So I'm a little bit wary about making things public like that. Everyone sub, that's the one, mate. That's the one. Everyone sub. Let's do it now. Let's see if we can do it live. I've got more stuff to show you, by the way. I've got more stuff. Like, I've got more things to talk about. Ooh, we're 11. We're 11 away. 11 subs away. Okay, so I'm going to do a few more screen shares, and I believe we're going to do it. I believe we're going to do it live. Okay, I have faith. I have faith in you. Okay, all 230 of you. I have faith that we're going to get there. Just like Fabrizio Romano has faith. Liverpool never left talks for Alexander Isak. If Newcastle sign a top striker, Liverpool will try for Isak again. And guess what Newcastle are doing? Guess what Newcastle are doing? They're trying for a striker. Oh, did we talk about players that are not going to make it Liverpool being moved on? Well, there's another one. There's another Scottish lad who's got loads of talent but is always injured. Just like Ben Doak. We got him from Celtic. We got the other guy from Rangers. Yeah? He'll be going. He will be going. And he's also not homegrown. So he'll be going. So Calvin Ramsey will be getting moved on. Just like Darwin Núñez. Liverpool continue to ask for €65 million for Núñez. If the player clearly wants to leave, but the market doesn't move, this amount might come down slightly. We might have to sell him a little bit less. We might have to sell him for a little bit less. But we're trying to sell him. Shall we talk about this guy? Liverpool have spoken to the entourage of Rodrigo, and the Real Madrid forward has approved an informal offer of personal terms. We just do everything right. We just do everything right. We've agreed terms with Isaac. We've agreed terms with Rodrigo. It's up to us to make the choice. We agreed terms with Ekitike in January. It's up to us to make the choice which one we wanted. We agreed terms with Ryan Cherky. We agreed terms with El Nouri. We chose others. But we agreed terms with all of them. Well, you don't think we agreed terms with Hatto, who's now gone to Chelsea? Of course we have. We've spoken to all of these players. They were all options. Hatto's signing an 8-year contract at Chelsea for 40 million. There's a reason why we went and got Kirkes. He's a better player. He's older. He's got Premier League experience. And he was cheaper. He was a waste, wasn't he? He was a waste. He's just crocked. I didn't say he's coming. I never said he was coming. I just said we've agreed terms with him. But it's our choice whether we sign him. That's what I'm saying. But I don't think he's coming. And the reason why I don't think he's coming is because of this. And that's the first one. AC Milan is set to make a strong effort to sign Darwin Núñez. He is the first option to reinforce their attack, and they are going to be selling Chigueze to Fulham, who's the Nigerian. So they'll be selling him. So they're going to be getting money for Chigueze. And there's also this one on the table, which is huge. This is huge. This one's huge. That's the big one. Al Hilal submits an official offer for Darwin Núñez. We don't know how much. We just don't know how much. That's not come out yet. But that's the one. That's the one which we want. We want that one because that one gets us the most money. Fabrizio's also bumped it in. Breaking, Al Hilal opened talks and started discussions. Well, it's gone further than that now. They've made a bid. So things are moving. Dominoes are falling. Like we talked about. The dominoes are falling into place. And it's always going to be Liverpool that win. Always. With these guys in charge, it's going to be us winning. Al Hilal have Darwin Núñez firmly on their radar. Darwin Núñez remains an option. That's the 24th of July. He reposted that today. Ben Jacobs is really good at regurgitating stuff, by the way, but just putting it in a different language that makes it look like he's the one that broke the story. It's weird. It's weird how he does it, but he does it, and he's really good at it. Like, really good at it. So, from Croatia, Newcastle win the race. They've just got to include the sell-on clause, which they'll do. That's a minor thing, and that's a done deal. And then you got this guy. If you want to go and find him yourself, you can. Breaking news: Al Hilal have made an offer for Darwin Núñez, according to H. Swilly, who is regarded as one of the most trusted Al Hilal reporters. Watch this one. That's as confirmed as you could get from Saudi Arabia. Okay? And he's also the guy that said that Inzaghi said, I want Núñez. Go and get me Núñez. Look, the guy missed a 0.78 XG bloody chance in a nothing game in front of an open goal. Like, nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. You put a crowd in front of him and he turns to jelly. It's not going to change. Like we can't go on any longer with this. We just can't. Like, we can't go on any longer. Like, it just can't happen. We can't have a fourth season of Núñez off the bench missing. It just can't. It's not fair. It's not fair to Liverpool supporters who are just have eyes wide open and can watch the crap. But then you've got the rest of them that are just brainwashed by Jurgen and just will never ever stop shouting Núñez, Núñez, Núñez like weirdos. Like, shout Bradley, Bradley, Bradley when he does a wonder tackle on Mbappe. Like, shout McAllister, McAllister, McAllister. Like when he pops one in the top bin, or Szoboszlai, Szoboszlai, Szoboszlai. Like, they literally shout Núñez, Núñez, Núñez when he wins a header or kicks the ball. Like, really? Like, that's just what you do as a footballer. Like, you kick the ball and you win tackles and you head the ball. That's part of the game. But your actual job is to put the frigging thing in the back of the net. And that's what you don't do. But you get chance for all the other stuff which isn't part of your job, which is just what you do as a footballer. Like, seriously? Seriously? Like, it's like working in a supermarket, yeah? And your job is to work on the tills, yeah? And your job is to put the shopping through and and then give the money, yeah? But then you go and sweep the floor in the storeroom at the back and you get congratulated on sweeping the floor room. But you've been giving out bad till money and messing up the tills and not being there on time, but you get well done for sweeping the floor in the back. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. Like, I watch it and I go, okay, yeah, big deal. Yeah, big deal. Yeah, you missed another sitter. Yeah. Why are they shouting Núñez, Núñez, Núñez? Like, again. Like, in the game. Like our own players don't get chance as much as he does. Mo Salah doesn't get chance as much as Núñez does. Like, just let that sink in. Like, he gets more chance than any other player on the pitch. And even if he's a sub and he's warming up, they will be chanting him. It is fucking weird. It is weird. And the guy needs to go. Bye-bye. Pack your bags. Bon voyage with your frickin' weird Mexican look. Cartel look. Go. Hang on, have I got the subscribers now? Let's see. Oh, come on. Come on, you're letting me down. I need 10. 10 more. 10 more. Come on, 10 more. Is that to me, Prodigy? Why not? I think that you support a player no matter what while they're wearing the badge. I'm not chanting his name, mate, when he's not doing the stuff that he's supposed to do. Like, he doesn't score goals. Like, he doesn't score any goals. Like, he misses chance after chance after chance. Like, do we shout Nunes, Nunes, Nunes when he misses? No, we don't. We don't shout that. We should shout that, because then it gets associated with missing chances. Why am I shouting that? I'm shouting that again. Why do I keep on shouting that name? Oh, I keep on shouting that name because he keeps on missing. Don't shout it because he tackles a ball. Do you shout Canate, Canate, Canate when he wins a header? Or he tackles the ball? No, you don't. Well, why don't you do that? Because that's what Nunes is doing. Sorry. It's weird. It's fucking weird. It's just fucking weird. All right? You're not going to change my mind on it. I'll take this one right to the hill. I'm right on the hill with this one. I'm not coming down off this one. Like, it's weird. It's been weird for a while. None of the fans in Tokyo were shouting Nunes, Nunes, Nunes when he missed his 0.78 XG chance, which is more than a penalty. No one was shouting that. I'm on another rant. I'm coming off the rant, okay? I've got some more news for you, okay? Right, here we go. What else have we got? Liverpool under 21s sorted with Robert Page. Now we've got Simon Wills, under 18s. So we've got the under 18s head coach sorted now, and we've got the under 21s. Simon Wills was rated one of the best under 18 coaches in the Premier League. Like, he is a hell of an acquisition. Not going to lie, hell of an acquisition. That he's going to do wonders. Also, just going to throw a few things out that have popped up as well, because Craig Hope, Liverpool have not walked away from the deal for Alexander Isak. Second offer will be submitted if Newcastle make progress on signing replacements. It's exactly the same as Fabrizio Romano said. Exactly the same. Like, all this Ben Jacobs arsery is just arsery, okay? It got him booked on loads of shows. Fair play. He's been booked on every single channel after he did that, because he's like the guru, when all he did was just said one thing which doesn't really make any sense, because it doesn't, because they haven't walked away, and then all the reporters have gone, Liverpool haven't walked away. Why is he saying that? Well, no, they've not walked away. They just haven't put in a second bid. Well, we know they haven't put in a second bid because they've only just put in the first bid. Confidence on Visser and Sesko. Newcastle get Visser and Sesko, they're done. Isak leaves. Sorted. He was on 3 yesterday. Bloody hell. Good on him. Probably got paid for them as well. David Ornstein. Like I said, and I've said this on multiple shows, the hate for this guy is unwarranted. Like, it's an identified. I'm identifying it as a smear campaign now. I really am. It's on every channel. The amount of hate this guy's getting, like, he's despicable, he's a rat, he's this, he's that. Alexander Isak is coming back to the UK and will resume training at Newcastle United when the rest of the team come back. Please explain to me what he's done wrong. Because he's been training. He hasn't been on a holiday in Ibiza, boozing it up. He's been training with all of his training team, which he's done every single season for the last 3 years. And you can go and watch Craig Hope's videos where he says, why are Newcastle making out like he doesn't do this when he does? They know he has all his own physios and he does all his own training. Like, Newcastle medically broke him 3 years ago. So he had to get his own people in because they couldn't manage him properly. And that's the reason why he had 2 bad injuries. Because Newcastle flogged him through the Champions League and he got injured because he couldn't do 3 games a week on his own as the only striker. And that's how it is. And guess what? Oh, he's back to work on Monday with everybody else. Back in training with Newcastle. Squad returning from pre-season tour. Missed by the 25-year-old because of an injury, which Eddie Howe told us about. Liverpool saw an offer for the Swedish international rejected, but interest ongoing. There you go. David Ornstein just said it. He's gone back to work. But yeah, he's a rat and he's a scumbag and he's despicable and he's done all horrible things. Manufactured a move. He hasn't even handed in a transfer request. Like, he hasn't even said, I'm leaving Newcastle and never returning. I will never play for you again. He's not said that. He said he wants to go to a club and win more trophies. That's all he said. That's all he said. And it wasn't him, it was his agent. And the reason why I'm so on this bandwagon of being like this about him is because this is what the rival fans will come back with. Oh, you call Trent this and you call Trent that, and now you're accepting Isak, but he's okay to do it. Well, no, he hasn't done it because he hasn't left on a free transfer. And he hasn't completely kept his mouth shut and not said anything. Well, no, my contracts aren't going to be aired out in the public. Well, Isak's was, because Paul Mitchell made sure it was, that he wasn't given a new contract, and then they went back to the negotiation table and said, well, will you sign a new contract? And he said, no. Why am I going to sign a new contract? You just had a chance to do it, and now you're doing it now because I want to leave. You're too late. You're too late. I told you last year. I'm leaving. Because you didn't give me a new contract then. It's pretty obvious now, isn't it? Doesn't it all? Don't all the dots add up now? Exclusive. Second bid incoming. Guaranteed 130 million plus 10 million add-ons. Liverpool now willing to pay Newcastle up to 80 million upfront with 50 million next year and 10 million add-ons. This is bid number 2. This is bid number 2 incoming. Bid number 2. 140 million in total. 130 million guaranteed. This is your UK record. This is the one which gets over the line. This is the one that gets over the line. The one that gets over the line. And guess what? Not 150 million. Nope, because Liverpool won't pay that. But we may pay 140 over the space of 2 years. Because it is. It's 80 million now, 50 million next. And that makes sense for Newcastle. You can spread that. You can spread that over 2 years, and that helps you big. Because Newcastle aren't selling any assets. Because they haven't got anyone that's worth any value, really. Bruno Guimaraes will be 29 next year. Sandro Tonali will be 27. Like, they're not going to go for big money, those players. And I don't see anyone else that really jumps out at me at that club that's going to make them a lot of money. Nobody wants Anthony Gordon. Nobody wants Anthony Gordon. They might get money for Livermorento, or they might not. And if we sign him, we will have 3 players who are up for the PFA awards for 2025. We'll have 3. That is mental. Like, I'm not even sure that's ever happened, by the way. Someone look into that in the chat. I'm not sure that's ever happened. That 3 potential Liverpool, well, 2 are definitely in it, but 3 PFA players up for the awards all come from Liverpool. Like, I mean, you could say what you want about him, mate, but the bid happened last night, and he told us about it before it did. So you can say what you want about Dave O.C. Cobb, but he knew about the bid that happened yesterday before anyone else did, because it was on his channel as an exclusive. So you can say what you want about him, but he knew about the bid, and he also knew about Tyler Morton going as well before anyone else. He broke the Leon bid. So you can say you want about Dave O.C. Cobb, but he's got contacts. He's absolutely got contacts, Dave O.C. Cobb, 100%. He knew about the Al Halal one as well, by the way. he knew about the Al Halal one. I think that's brilliant. That the fact that we could have three players in there. I don't think that's ever happened, by the way. What else have I got for you? Another player leaving, out on loan now. Isaac Mumbeya. I think he played against Plymouth, and he might have played against Accrington Stanley last season. But he's 20 years old. He's right back. He's clearly not good enough to get into the first team, but he's going to loan on Wigan. We had a player on loan at Wigan last season, Luke Chambers, who did well out there. So that'll be a good loan for him. We do quite well with Wigan. So I think if he gets a good loan, maybe we can sell him for like $1 million, $2 million next year, depending. Maybe. Let's see. See what happens. But that's another guy leaving the club. Do you remember I had this conversation a while ago, and I said that potentially Liverpool could lose 20 players. Remember I said, and I put them all down on a list, like calculated it all, how many players, and I said that potentially, including the under-21s, Liverpool could potentially lose 20 players. I just don't see it changing. I can see it being 20 players, like maybe 19, 18, but I could. Like, at the end of the window, with loans and players going out, it could be 20. It could be 20. There's so many players from the under-21s who aren't going to play for Liverpool next year. They'll either be loaned or they'll be sold. Ranel Young's turned down a new contract, and he's gone. He's gone to play in Serbia. So Ranel Young was offered a new contract. He's 19, a forward in the under-21s last year. He's turned it down. He's gone. He's left the club, went to Serbia. So players are doing it. Like, they don't see a path, or they don't feel like they're going to have a path because there's going to be people in the way. Then they'll leave, and Will Wright's going to take Ranel Young's position in the under-21s. Like, great. One out, one in. So Real Madrid won a minimum of 80 million euros for the sale of Rodrigo. That's today. So that's an interesting one, because that is now reduced down to around 70 that's 68, 70 million pounds. So that's an interesting one. But then there's also a lot of other stuff about Rodrigo, which says he's just not leaving. Like, there's loads of stuff about Rodrigo that, well, Rodrigo's not leaving. Like, where's the Rodrigo stuff? Yeah. There's more Rodrigo stuff here. Liverpool have spoken to the entourage of Rodrigo, and the Real Madrid forward has approved an informal offer. I think I might have showed you that already. And then there's Liverpool immediately contact Rodrigo after Alexander Isak bid as fresh twist emerges. This is from the Daily Mail. So apparently straight after our bid was rejected, we got in touch with Rodrigo. But that's easy enough to just put that together, isn't it? And just make that into a story. Like, that's what that feels like. But what I do want to show you is this. So this is from Hope. Less than 12 hours later, Hope's exclusive information is that Liverpool will bid again and have not walked away. Okay. Well, the preview title says another bid will be made, with the full title on site and article text saying it will happen only when Newcastle secure a replacement. Magpies are progressing on the signing of a replacement, Benjamin Sesko, and as they press ahead with their pursuits of the RB Leipzig striker and Brentford's Johan Wissa, Liverpool are expected to return with a much improved offer. So that's what he's saying. So he's flipped it completely, and now it's, well, yeah, we are. And a much improved offer. So 105 million, which is 110 million in total, which is the offer which went in last night. And now there's a potential 130 million guaranteed with 10 million add-ons. That sounds like an improved offer, doesn't it? That sounds like a much improved offer from 110 million total to 140 million total. That feels like Liverpool are getting to that number. Feels like Liverpool are really getting to that number. And that's the one. That's the one that gets it done for me. I still think it's 135 in total, like I always have said. But I think that's the one that gets you there. I just think it does. I also wanted to show you this quickly before I head out. I also want to check on that target to see whether I've got. Nah, still 10 missing. Still 10 subscribers short. I'm not going to bother asking you again. Where is it? Okay, so this was in the Athletic. This is really good, by the way. Quickly show you this. This was in the Athletic. The idea of Mo Salah, Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike and Alexander Isak in the same team is enough to have Liverpool fans drooling and will strike fear into opponents. But it's not quite as natural front four as it consists of a number 10, a right winger and two number 9s. So this is the piece. It's good, by the way. It's a good piece. Let me read it out. The more radical option to get all four in the same team would be playing Isak and Ekitike together up front, which was seemingly Newcastle's original plan 2 weeks ago. Can I just skip to the next one? No, I can't. Not good. Yeah. Such a shift would probably require Wirtz to move into the left-sided role and Salah remaining on the right. We've talked about this. Like, that Wirtz could be the left-sided player. The former Eintracht Frankfurt forward is familiar with a two-striker system. Having flourished alongside Omar Mamouche in the first 6 months of last season, they provided and profited from each other's movement and creativity. Partnerships are often formed because players complement each other. That won't be the case for Isaac and Ekitike, as stylistically they are very similar. That's not to say it wouldn't work, but they might end up occupying each other's spaces in the early stages. I think that's a really interesting piece because I just don't think they'll get played together. I think they will be our number nines. Like, it will be Isaac and then Ekitike behind him, like in the pecking order. And Ekitike might do all the cup games, play a couple of Premier League games, but then he also might play on the wing as well and kind of rotate with Cody. I just feel that could definitely be the system that works. Have I missed something here? Have I missed like a super chat or anything? Because people are talking about something in there about someone banned. Were you banned? Oh, Sophie. Okay. That's the Manchester United person, isn't it? Okay. I've also got one more thing I want to show you as well before I finish. There's 3 more things that I want to show you actually before we finish. So I wanted to show you the Jimbo Pierce post. Okay. Intriguing to see what happens next with Isaac. Currently, LFC not planning a second bid after 110 million was swiftly rejected. Question is whether Newcastle not for sale stance changes if, when they have a suitable replacement, even Jimbo Pierce, who loves pissing on Liverpool's chips, loves it, has said the same quote. When they have a suitable replacement lined up. And guess what Newcastle did directly after we made our bid? Went and paid the money for the suitable replacement straight away. Went and did it. And I also want to show you this because this is all you need to know about Liverpool, okay? About walking away and saying we're not interested. Let me just give you a run through memory lane. Should we have a trip down memory lane? Liverpool drop interest in Virgil van Dijk. Who did we sign? Virgil van Dijk. Shall we take a trip down memory lane? Should we have a look what Paul Joyce said? Liverpool end pursuit in Roma goalkeeper Alisson. It's not like Liverpool haven't done this tactic before. We've done it plenty of times. Don't you worry, we're going back for him. We probably already made the bid. It's probably already done. 140 million all in with add-ons, and Isaac's a red. He's already agreed terms. Do not worry about it. Just like I'm not worrying about the 10 subscribers. Right, I'm finishing now, okay? Hit the like and subscribe if you haven't. Remember, if you want to join this show tomorrow, you need to sign up as a member. It's 99p. It's 99p, get it done, and then you can become a member and you can watch some of the previous shows. You can also see some of my stadium tour stuff that's exclusive. I made it exclusive because I didn't want to get it taken down. I'm keeping it at 99p, so don't worry. Become one of the members. I've got like 300 now. It's amazing. You can also hit me a super thanks, a super chat. Every little helps. I'm looking to maybe go to another streaming platform to do my videos, so I'm going to have to pay for that. So everything goes into the channel, just like I paid for these useless bloody microphones, which make me sound like I'm on the toilet apparently. So that was a waste of money, but we'll see what happens. What I did want to leave you with though, this is my source for the Isaac news, has been from day one. Have a look when the post was done. 24th of July. Liverpool have reached the green light from Isaac. Hang on, let me make that bigger. Sorry, let me make me smaller. Liverpool have reached the green light from Isaac camp on a summer move. 24th of July. It's been happening for a long time. It's been happening for a long time, okay? This is my source. He's been bang on the money. All right? Don't worry about it. It's happening. I'm going to send you over to... let me check. I'm also going to do my member shout out quickly. Sorry, bear with me. Josh... big shout out to Josh, Alexander, Russell, Simon, Mr. Sky Blue, Scotty, we've got Daryl, Maverick, Mickey, Fireburn, Mark, Liverpool goals, Squiggly, what else we got? LFC Shankly, Melon Dope, James, Fireburn, what else we got? Polo Mint, YNWA, big up all you. Big up all you. And how many likes have I had? 160 likes. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Let me just send you over to another channel, which I believe Dom should be live now. Yep, Dom is live right now. So I will send you over to Don. How long has he been live for? He's only just gone live now, so I'll send you over to Don now, so you can go and do Kmack Raid, and I bet you he thanks me for it. You all have a great evening and enjoy the rest of your evening listening to Don, who's going to be talking loads of stuff as well. Come and visit me tomorrow. Check out the conspiracy show. It's going to be wild. I've got some cool stuff to talk about. 2 hours. Let's cut it up. You lead the show. Hit me a super chat. Hit me a super thanks. Join the show. Become a subscriber. Become a member. You know how to do it. You've had 2 hours and 30 minutes of me tonight, and we've chopped it up brilliantly, and I'm glad the mic works now. and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Good night. Goodbye. Isaac will be a red.